Hello every pony, Dale over here. Warning, this video will contain picture from Google that is not mine, and also warning it's going to contain my own personally opinion about stuff in My Little Pony. So without further ado, here we go. If you want to know more about changelings and stuff like that, I will recommend this guy that's called Carapace. I actually found him a couple of days ago, and he actually inspired me to make this video where I wanted to talk a little bit about how I feel the changelings magic and their changeling changing things is working, and who I think Queen Chrysalis is going to try to manipulate to change into one of the main six so we can have a really great episode. Or like more with King Forex actually being the good king that he is, and he actually needs a queen, and maybe he can convince Chrysalis to come back and actually be the queen and stuff like that. But first of all, I would like to talk a little bit about the magic. I think like the magic is something almost like unicorns, but not quite, because we have only seen like the the subordinates or the under changeling transform. The only one that we have seen making big sorts of magic, or how to say that, complicated magic, is the Queen Chrysalis. But of course she's the queen and she has more power, and she might have like hidden power to like that she didn't want to share with anybody. So yeah, I am a little bit like confused about that, I guess, because like I was feeling like Queen Chrysalis actually could have taken over by now if she just have taught her underlings her magic as well. But I also see her as being greedy and keeping some of the more advanced magic for herself. For example, the thing with turning plants into ponies, or how to say that, making the mean six and stuff like that. I think like that sort of power is something that she wanted to have for herself. But I also feel like she has the ability to actually be reformed or change shape and stuff like that. And I know like you guys probably don't want that to happen, and I don't feel like it's going to happen in this season, or how to say that, because like even if she got blasted with full-on love magic from Forex when he changed, or from the Crystal Empire Cadence and Shining Armor's love spell, she didn't change, but neither did the other changelings. So I think like the love has to be something that the changeling accepts to change, or how to say that, and like the love boost, or how to say that, all of that magic. I don't think like any magic can forcefully make a changeling change. It have to be something that they wanna do themselves, as we have seen in the episode with Forex's brother. And I really do like that form of magic. I just feel like they have always have this magic, even in their like other form, the not reformed form, because like I feel like there has been some magic flowing around. I don't think like it's been love magic or anything, but they are feeding out of love of other ponies. So maybe like them in old days, feeding out of love from the old ponies were the thing that actually of course gave them power and more magic and stuff like that. And now when they're reformed, they don't need that, and they actually have a little bit of magic to spare, as we see in the end of the episode, where like Queen Chrysalis bolts, or how to say that, disappears, flies away. We see a short glimpse of like Forex's antlers glowing in magic light. And I actually feel like this is the pure love magic that I was talking about. Like, this magic have to be something like you're steering almost with your heart, or how to say that. So I definitely feel like it's possible for a changeling to perform magic, but it's just way harder than it is with the other unicorns, or how to say that, or other ponies for that matter, because like they have to have like their heart with it. They have to be like sure that they wanna do this. So that's also why we don't see it done that often by, for example, Forex or the other changelings. Of course, Forex will have a little bit more love power, because like he is the king and stuff like that. And I feel like that's why he can actually be the one to convince Chrysalis to come back, to become his queen and like rule over the changelings, or how to say that. I'm not quite sure about this. Maybe Queen Chrysalis will turn into one of the not reformed changelings and actually try to get in and be a spy under Forex, so she could become better at imitating ponies. But I also feel like there's the possibility of her actually trying to manipulate Forex or Ocellus. I think like the going after Ocellus is a thing that could be really devastating to Ocellus's character. And it could also be a thing that actually I think that Queen Chrysalis would do, because like this is her in the desperation move, and like we already know, like Ocellus is one of the pillars, or one of the main new six, or how to say that. So we all know how powerful she is, and she already have the ability to imitate the main six really good. Like we have seen her imitate both I think it's Applejack and Twilight, and that could be really dangerous if Queen Chrysalis, for example, manipulated Ocellus to come to her side, or she forcefully like with some form of threatening made Ocellus change side for a little bit, or how to say that, and the main six or the other young six, or maybe the pillars, have to save her and get her back, or how to say that. And of course there's also the possibility of her turning into a reformed changeling form. I don't think like she would turn into something that was in particular weird. I just feel like she would turn into something and maybe try to seduce Forex. I know like this sounds really out there and not something like Queen Chrysalis would actually do, but she tries to take over the Crystal Empire by like, I will not say seducing Shining Armor, but like forcefully taking over his brain and stuff like that. So I do feel like with a lot of manipulation and a good amount of like thinking about what she's doing, she could actually be really powerful opponent, and be like we don't know which pony she could turn into. As I said, like I feel like she could also turn into Sunburst and feed out of the love from Starlight, and then take over like that, or how to say that. I don't know, like I just feel like she of course will come back, and her powers will be really boosted and stuff like that. And the changing of the changeling, I think like I agree with the pony that I will going to leave a link to in the description below. I feel like they're only changing into like other ponies because like that is smaller. Bigger things have a tendency to be like unstable, and it also takes up a lot of your love, or how to say that. And that's why I feel like they're not changing into bigger things when they try to take over the Crystal Empire. But that's only my own thing, I will recommend that you go and watch this other channel, and I will be right back tomorrow. I hope that you guys enjoy my theories and my weird stuff in my pony channel. So, but you do remember that inspiration is right around the corner. Do remember to take care of yourself and loved ones. And that was actually all. Yeah, okay, bye.